guys. Welcome back to Two Girls, One Bong.
The podcast that's better if you're stoned, and I will just flick you vigorously on your nipple if you're not. My name is MacDizzle.
I'm Joya. You might recognize us from your favorite viral video, or you might have been watching our content for the last 8 years.
If you are new here, welcome. We are the original two girls, and like my dear friend Joya said, we've been making content together for almost a decade, and I would love to just dive on in with you.
Dive on in. Let's go.
I love the existential crisis that you go through every time I say something weird.
I'm like, what did you said? Vigorously flick on the nipple, right?
Yeah, I feel like you pictured what that would feel like.
Yes. Well, and I hear the word vigorously, and I'm like, okay, this is going to be an ongoing thing.
Look at me.
So it's going to be, one after another, after another, after another. Yeah. She's going to vigorously flick you on your nipple. Honestly, ow.
You better hope you don't have a nipple ring, because if I make connection with that nipple ring,
oh, it's definitely gonna
clink, clink, clink,
yeah.
clink.
Yeah. Yep. Good
Joya has nipple rings. If you guys want to picture Joya's nipples right now.
I think I actually wore this top on the podcast recently, so but
slay.
Well, actually, you probably won't be able to see them, but you can see them a little bit in this top.
Not you about to flash the nips.
No, not like fully, just like through the top.
She was gonna pull her whole titty out on YouTube. That's crazy.
If YouTube allowed it,
I can't say that I mean,
free the nipple, you know. I'm like, if I can.
Here's the thing. So, okay.
Yeah.
I think nipples should not be sexualized.
Right.
However,
I'm looking forward to this.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just don't see men being capable of that. So I think we need to chill with this whole free the nipple thing, because the men want you to. The men want the nipples to be free.
They sure do.
There's no guy that's like, no, please hide your nipples.
Honestly, I feel like there is, because but I think it's
But those are the guys who stand with signs saying yoga pants are a sin.
Right.
And like, honestly, truly, they are.
Send me to hell. Period. Honestly, look at that shit. It's honestly, you're a little bit grainy for me right now. I can't even see you fully, and I could see the jiggle on that. It was real. It was crazy. It was serious.
Yoga pants are a sin.
And there's a reason. There's a walking reason why, and her name is MacDizzle 420. God damn.
Yeah, so I'm a little torn on the free the nipple issue. Like, on one side, yes, I feel like mothers should be able to breastfeed in public without creepy men being like, you know.
Yes, I agree.
Because that's what's happening.
Right.
But like, also on that same note, I don't want to give the bros who are like down to see nipples a free show. Like, you don't deserve that.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense.
Makes sense. It almost feels like some reverse psychology went down. Like, there were some men that were like, tell women we don't want to see their nipples. Tell them that. Make them feel like we hate their nipples, and then they'll start showing them to us.
Plot twist, it was a man who created the free the nipple movement.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Honestly, I don't know why maybe it is because I have the nipple rings that I am like more comfortable letting them out. Yeah. I have, well, obviously I know you remember this, but in Coachella 2019.
You didn't even have a top on, basically.
I was nipples out under a see-through shirt. And yeah, I definitely, like, there were some looks, but also in a environment like that, like, you know, everybody's dressing up, so it's fine.
It's less jarring.
Exactly. But definitely, like, there were like times where, like, when we like met up with you know, Adam's friends, I was like
your guy friends are just like, oh, covering your tits.
And I don't even think my hair was like, it definitely wasn't as long as it is right now, but yeah.
But your titties were probably sitting in a different place too.
That's true. They were probably up fucking here. Yeah. And they were a little smaller, so they wouldn't have been as like,
you know, my hair just got to keep getting longer and longer if it wants to up for my nipples.
You gotta catch up, girl. They're gonna be down with the belly button soon. Hurry up.
No, they're fucking not. Absolutely not. I won't get a reduction.
I know. I don't think mine will. Well, you don't know. You never know. But I don't feel like mine will do that either. I'm like, I feel like they're gonna be fine, but I don't know.
I feel like I can look at my mom's titties and make a pretty good prediction for myself. And also, I'm not having 3 kids sucking on them yet. So they're already in better condition than her.
Dude, but when I think about that, I mean, my mom had no tits until she had her 7th child, and then she gained weight.
The 7th child? She pushed out 7 babies and then got tits?
Yes, dude, she pushed out. She was literally like 115 pounds pregnant. Like, she was like fucking tiny. And then she had my little brother. I think she like went to menopause after, like shortly after.
She was like, last one done.
Yeah. Like
how old was she with Milio?
How old was she? 40.
She was 40 when she had Milium? Mm-hmm. Rajul's mom was 42. My mom was like in her 40 when she had Rachel.
Yeah. We've talked about this on the podcast before, how fucking whoever's trying to scare women into not having babies. They're trying to scare us. They want us to be child brides. That's why they tell you your kid is going to have defects and whatever else.
Yeah, so there's like some statistic that people love to throw out about women over the age of 35. They say over the age of 35, your chances of birth defects increases like doubles. Like it doubles. Yes. And so basically, let me tell you what that is. It goes from like 0.001% to 0.02%.
Yeah, dude. It's like literally so stupid.
It does double, but it's still a fraction of a percent of likelihood. So
yeah. So I am going to wait until I am fucking ready. Period. Yes. You're not going to scare me.
No.
Bitches.
I'm going to enjoy my young, fruitful body.
Right. But that's what I was going to say. My mom's tits were fucking huge. After she like had that moment, they were giant. They were definitely double D's and like hefty. And so I think about, okay, if this is my starting point and I haven't had any kids yet, what is going to happen to them after? Like they might.
But you think that the titties happened as a result of her weight gain, not necessarily hormones.
Right. You're right. Yes. Correct.
So I think your titties, maybe they're tittying in their full titty.
They might be. Because you know what? My dad's side of the family, huge tits. Everybody.
Oh, really?
Everybody that isn't super skinny.
That's so interesting. I've never paid attention to the tits in my family. And now I'm thinking about it. I think my mom probably got the biggest tits in the family.
Really?
Yeah, because my Aunt Carolyn was like very, very, she was an alcoholic and then she got very, very skinny after. And so she's just very small all over the place. And that's the thing. Like my mom grew up like a board, like a surfboard, just so flat, skinny, just thin. And when she had kids, she gained weight, and that's when she got the boobs, I think.
Right, and clearly no surfboards over there on you.
No. Oh, no. I got the curves from my dad.
Okay, right.
My dad had...
You've said that before, that your dad has a fat ass.
My dad has a fat ass. Like, not like in the sense, like you just like... like just for a man, just like a muscular bubble butt, right? You know? And so everyone in my family, all the kids have inherited that. My brother's ass is enormous. He weighs like 350 pounds, so he has a lot of ass. Yeah, my brother's huge right now.
He is a big guy,
so he's always been a bit. Yeah, he's like 6'2", maybe 6'1", but just a corn-fed good old boy. You know, like. Yeah. He eats his beans and rice, and he licks the plate. There is,
yeah.
He gets his food in.
Yeah,
he's definitely a big boy, but his ass is enormous.
That reminds me of a couple of weeks ago at Salvation Pizza, the pizza restaurant that I do social media for. We hosted some of the football players from our local college team, and we were like waiting for them to arrive, and we thought that they were all going to arrive at the same time, but they started to arrive in waves. The very first guy who came in, there was absolutely no wondering if he was alone. He was the very first one. And
he was a linebacker, wasn't or a lineman.
Yeah, there was absolutely no question of whether or not he was one of the players. Like, he was the biggest man I've ever seen in my entire life. Honestly, like, I was like, bro, just huge, just tall, wide, big, like just giant. And I was like, okay, I know why you're here.
That's the thing about professional and like high ranking athleticism that needs to be talked about. That guy has a genetic advantage over, I don't know, the entire pool of people in Texas.
For me, MacDizzle. Are you there?
Joya, you're frozen and I can't
Dev,
hear you, so I'm concerned.
Dev? Okay.
Dev, can you hear me?
Am I frozen? No. Okay. MacDizzle, we miss you. Okay, I know what she was about to say. And if we're still recording, I guess we're probably going to have to cut this out. But she was about to say that he has a genetic advantage. And we love to talk. Well, not we, but, they love to talk about how trans people would have a genetic advantage in sports. And yeah, we're talking about that guy definitely had a genetic advantage. Hi.
Hello. Hi.
Yes. Welcome back.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry. All right.
No problem.
So,
okay. Slight technical difficulties but you can pick up from
So let's talk about genetic advantages. Right. Because there are men who will never be 6'4", 300 pounds, okay? And that man isn't necessarily better at the sport. Let's be clear. That man is not necessarily better at the sport. Okay? He just has a massive advantage over his competitors.
Right.
And I think we just need to take that little grain of salt in our head and apply that to when you see a trans person get, I don't know, 6th place in a race. You know?
Right.
That those women, those biological women who beat that trans woman, they also have genetic fucking, what is it called? Advantages. What? Like, those girls are freaks of nature. They just want you to know that. They're freaks of nature. They got crazy lung capacity, endurance, like, the way that their body works. The way that their body works, I promise, yours does not work that way. All right?
Definitely not mine.
Definitely not mine. And I was athletic AF. Like, I played sports for like 10, 15 years. No, I will never be professional athlete level of endurance, stamina, body movement, whatever it may be. You know what I mean? So get mad. I'm going to start getting mad at girls who are just really naturally gifted at things. I'm just going to start being like, she shouldn't be in the sport. Put somebody regular in there. Mm-hmm. Wait, did you see that one race of it was like, I don't remember who it was. No. It was this one race, and it like somebody, I think it might have been Senegal. It might have been race. Go ahead. It was a foot race. It was like a track and field event, and there some country. I don't want to misspeak by saying Senegal, but it was an Islamic country. Okay, but I think that they had like African kind of descent, just based on the runner that came up. She was in full hijab and everything, and she was black. So I'm assuming I don't remember what country it was, so I don't want to misspeak and be ignorant in that kind of sense. Somalia. Was it Somali? Now you know what I'm talking about. Are you looking up the clip of the runner? So basically what had happened was, before you watch the clip, stop.
Wait, does this sound like the right headline? Somali sports minister sorry after slowest ever 100 meter.
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead.
Yes. So there was a comedian, I think it might have been like Bill Murray or somebody, who came up with the joke. Or it might have been the guy who played Patch Adams, who was like,
"Don't say Bill Murray."
It wasn't Bill Murray. It was Robin Williams. I think it might have been Robin Williams. Okay. Robin Williams might have said, "We need to have a regular person in every Olympic event just to see what freaks of nature these guys are, because we're just watching this like, I didn't even finish in 0.2 seconds." But to see a regular person running amongst these athletes, it puts things into perspective. And that is exactly what happened with Somali. All right, they put in, it was like somebody's daughter. It was like the Minister of Defense's niece.
Okay. Gotcha. Okay, now I'm pulling up the article.
So it was like the Minister of Defense's niece or something, and they put her in the race to represent the country. And this girl not only finished like 10 seconds after everybody else, she skipped across the finish line. Watch it now. Watch the video.
It won't let me watch the video anymore because it says that it was taken down for one reason or another. It could be
I can find it on the
illegal-
Shade Room somewhere. I'll tell you what. Somali Racer,
see if
look it
this
up because I
works.
promise you that clip
wait.
exists.
Oh, fucking hell. Jesus. So my computer.
You watch that and I'm gonna pack this bowl.
Okay.
Just watch the stark difference.
Oh, I'm really looking forward to this.
Because I want to talk so much shit on that girl running so fucking slow. Because I might be a little bit faster.
Wait a second. This girl, first of all, oh, she's covered because for religious reasons. I'm like, why is she
the
wearing
hijab and everything?
Yes.
Yeah, I know all the other racers are fucking wearing it's bathing suits more or less
hijab,
for aerodynamics.
Right. The hijab didn't strike me, but the leggings and
like
and
the full arm.
Did.
Yeah, they have like it's very, very conservative. Very conservatively dressed.
Right. Is she fucking serious?
She's so fucking for real.
She's not even in the picture anymore. I can't even see her. I can't even see. She's literally not in the picture anymore because everyone is so far ahead of her.
He is a full 10 seconds behind in a 100-meter race. I don't know how that's possible.
Oh, they said oh, there she goes. She skips. Oh my God. Okay. Wow.
You said, oh, there she goes.
Oh my fucking God. Are you literally kidding me? They said that she needed 20 seconds to finish the 100-meter, which I don't know how long it normally takes people.
I feel like it takes them like 5.
Yeah. I mean, I think, it says that she finished about 10 seconds after the winner. So it probably takes some, 9 seconds or something. But oh my God. That is so embarrassing. So it says that the sports minister publicly apologized.
Why
and
are you
ordered
doing this nepotism crazy? You're sending this girl out for a world sports event? What else is happening in Somalia? Who else is up in the government doing crazy shit right now is what I would like to know. If this is who they're sending to represent them in an athletic manner?
This says that she was related. Well, there's allegations that she is related to the National Athletics Federation chairwoman. Holy shit, that is fucking funny.
But so back to that thing where like we're not built like these people. All right, there is a very small shred of the human population that will ever become Olympic professional athletes.
Mm-hmm.
And those people who are doing that have a massive genetic and physical advantage over you and over me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Brittany Griner, I'll never be 7 feet tall. I'll never do that. I'll never be able to smash on women half my size. That is not in the cards for me. I will never be able to dunk without a trampoline, all right? That is just, it's not, I believe with a little bit of practice and a trampoline, I could get it done. But
I think so too.
Without it, there's just no way. So, yeah. Anyways, that race is one of the things that lives rent-free in my head.
That is fucking hilarious. Thank you so much for that. Honestly, just the first 3 seconds was enough to send me. Like
she was looking at how everybody else is lining up on the little thing. She said, "Oh, oops."
Oh my God. She literally wow.
If you haven't seen that video, look up. What do they type in to find it?
I typed in, what you can type in is Somali race slow, and I'm sure
slow Somali race.
Yeah, I'm sure it will come up.
Slowest racer in history, Somali.
Yeah. Nasra Abukar Ali is her name. So
shout out to her, honestly, because she wasn't like, I'm really. Maybe she was. Maybe she's like, I can do this. I can race. Or what do you think happened? Do you think she was like, this is my time and I can do this. Give me a chance. Or were they like, do you want to do it? And she was like, yeah.
Honestly, I feel like she would have. Why the fuck else would they do it unless she was pushing for it?
She skipped what would be across that finish line. She didn't even look embarrassed.
Yeah.
She held her head high. She said, woo.
Honestly, I cannot believe that.
I remember when I was in 5th grade, my mom made me do swim team, and my very, very first race, they made me do the butterfly. Hardest stroke in history, in my opinion.
Oh, that's the forward one, isn't it?
It's like a crazy form. You're like doing a noodle wiggle thing with your body the whole time. It's awful. I hate it. It's the worst stroke. I made it down one lap and halfway back, and then I started crying and hanging on to the side.
Oh.
So this girl, for her to just finish the whole race, even though she knows she's trash, I tip my hat to her because I've been there and I could not. They honestly, had to end the whole event for me and pull me out the pool.
That's something that you and I definitely have in common. I do not like to be bad at things. And I know you do not either. No. Like, I do not want to do something unless I know that I'm going to be good at it. I feel like I'm more comfortable with it a little bit now that I'm old. Now I'm a fucking, adult. But definitely when I was younger, like if I was not amazing at something on the first try, I was like, quit. Done.
Never doing it again.
Yeah.
That was cute. Yep. Love that you're good at it. Never doing it again.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I relate to
Which
that.
is so like it's silly. Like you can get good at things and you just practice. But yeah.
It also makes me wonder about all the things that I've never tried that I could just be like great at. Like what if I'm really good at like jet skiing, or like what if I'm the best parachuter in history? We'll never know because I will never jump out of a plane.
I am so torn about that because I feel like I do.
Doesn't look fun.
Oh,
wait. So
I don't agree.
Question.
Yeah.
Do you enjoy roller coasters?
Well, I do enjoy them, but I get sick now. So that's a good point because I felt sick when I was parasailing, which is like, the thing where
really high up.
Yes, you have like it's
motion. The motion kind of fucks you up.
A boat is dragging you basically. You're up in the air and a boat is like towing you, but I was really high up and I did not feel good. I felt sicky the whole time. Like I didn't think I was gonna throw up, but I felt like maybe I could.
Yeah.
And so that's a really good point because I think I probably would feel sick if I skydived.
At the very least, you'd be sick on the trip up and getting out to the jump. You'd feel very woozy. Because it's a small plane. It's not a commercial plane. And those planes move, honey.
Yeah.
Those planes move.
Yeah. I have been on some pretty small planes in my life. I've never been on the little tiny ones, but I've been on ones that only have like
yeah, because you fly out from Walla Walla, and Walla Walla has the tiniest little airport.
Yes, they have really small planes sometimes. They probably, I don't know if God, those planes are probably old as fuck.
So I hate those planes.
Old planes, I'm like, honestly, I remember one time.
Retire.
Actually, yeah, literally, fucking figure it out. I remember one time when I was, must have been like a young teenager, maybe like a preteen. And I was on a plane with my mom, and I was like, this plane fucking sucks. Like, I don't think I said fucking, but I was like, this plane sucks. Like, this is not a good plane. Like it's like whatever.
And then we died.
Right. No. Then the flight attendant, at one point he heard me and he said, yep, this is what $23 million will get you these days.
Well, it still sucks, and I don't care how much it costs.
Yeah, he was being funny. He was being like cute, and he wasn't being an asshole, but it was funny.
I hate him anyway. So
yeah,
mind your fucking business.
Yeah, it was funny for sure,
bro. I remember one time I was really drunk at the airport, and I was kind of being an asshole. It's all right though. There was
being
this guy.
An asshole too.
Well, so here I'm explaining. Okay. I was waiting for my bag at the carousel or whatever, and I was on FaceTime, and I was drunk, and so I started like backing up a little bit. And there was a guy standing behind me that I didn't see. And he just like let me run into him. So I was like, that's fucking weird. And
like, why didn't you say anything? Like
why didn't you be like, hey, or anything? And I was like, this guy just like ran into me. So obviously that wasn't true. I ran into him. But I was on the phone talking to Rajul. I'm having a conversation. All right. Yeah. Me and him on this phone having a conversation. He said, you actually ran into me. And he started interjecting in my conversation. And I went off on this man. I went so off on this man because I was so lit. I was like, fucking Chad Chaddington over here. Yeah, no.
Was he a Chad?
Yeah, oh yeah. Oh yeah. Like, what kind of guy just lets some girl run into you and then interjects in her conversation?
No. You ran into him in
That's
public.
fine. That's fine.
That's your fault.
No, and I apologize. So I was like, oh, whoops, sorry. Like,
and then you
rude.
said he ran into me.
I wasn't talking to him though.
Right.
Was I talking to him? I could go out there and say, that man spit in my mouth just now. It's none of your business what I tell my man. It's none of your fucking business. Do not talk to me.
Oh my
Anyways,
God.
he started getting like really loud and irritated with me, and I basically was like, if I was a man, you would never do this. This would never have happened if I was a man. If I was a man and I bumped into you, you would be like, oh, sorry, bro. And it would have been over right there.
Yeah, right.
But I don't remember why I started saying something about him running into me, because I think he said, I don't remember, but I think he said something rude to me when it happened. And that's what kind of set me off. I was like, like, it wasn't I didn't run into you on purpose. I didn't see you behind me.
Yeah, you were behind me.
Literally, you're behind me, and you can see I'm FaceTiming someone. I'm on the phone with someone.
Yeah.
Anyways, fuck
That's
that guy.
Funny.
I know I wasn't right. Yeah, I know I wasn't right in that situation, but I don't believe I was totally wrong.
Well, yeah, if he was being a dick, it's like
no, and there's so many situations where I see men being rude to me, and I'm like, if I was a 6-foot man, you would never fucking say this to me in your life.
Yeah. Right.
That's and that true. Makes me extra angry.
Right. And for that reason, I'm going to turn up.
Turn up. Cheers.
Cheers. Just a little baby one for me. That is really funny. Honestly, I feel like I also I think that the energy in airports used to be better.
Yo, way better. What do you think made it change?
Well, I think our culture has changed a lot. And so I think that COVID and that whole situation made a lot of people entitled in different ways. I think I feel like we should feel like I think from both sides, there's people who thought it was fake or whatever, and think that they're entitled to do whatever the fuck they want.
Yeah.
And then there's people who took it obviously seriously. And this is not entitlement, but I think that people expected others to be courteous.
On board, yeah.
Yeah. And so I think there's this now
betrayal, this feeling of betrayal almost.
Right. And there's people who are like, I'm never going to do what you want me to do, period. I don't give a fuck. Yeah. And then there's people who are like, why are you so fucking stupid and such an asshole and won't just do your part in society?
Literally.
And be a good person. I do not want to. I just don't like to. I feel like for my whole life, I've never liked to inconvenience people and still don't. But I think that as I've gotten older, I've become a little bit more comfortable with inconveniencing people if I needed to.
Give me an example.
I feel like people, I was always scared to fire back at somebody who was rude to me or you know what I mean? Now, I will return energy as soon as I get it.
Good. As you should.
If somebody's being,
unless I'm drunk, I'm not, probably not engaging. I'm just going to walk away from it. If I'm drunk, I might fight you to the death.
I mean, yeah, I definitely would not do, if somebody was trying to attack me, I don't know what I would do. But I mean, if somebody gives me attitude, if I go up to this is what I, for so many years, was totally comfortable going up to the gate agent and being like, can you help me? And I just always was I mean, obviously my mom worked for the airline, so I just I knew, I know the terms, I know the talk, I can talk to somebody like that. And I feel like I probably, because I was younger, people, they have more patience for younger people. But now I'm if one of those people is rude to me, I am rude right back. Or I will just turn around and walk away from them and not fucking
think about what you just did to make me leave.
Yeah.
Truly.
Fucking asshole. I'm just being just asking for help.
It's so funny because I feel like I'm an extremely courteous person in general, because I'm very aware of how things can make people feel, and I hate making people feel bad.
Mm-hmm.
So like, even if you bring me the wrong dish at the restaurant, it's fine.
What if it's a pork chop?
Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to send the pork chop back, but I will apologize for not being more clear about what I wanted.
Yeah.
I'll be like, I'm so sorry. You can charge me for the pork chop. I just can't eat it. Yo, here's a perfect example of it. It was for Laganja's music video. Izzy and I were standing outside of the rehearsal studio that we were supposed to be at. We were like an hour early because we wanted to practice the dance and get good at it before the rehearsal started. So we're in the parking lot practicing this dance, and this girl comes out and she said, "There's a private recording here today. You can't be here." Me knowing that I'm part of that private recording, I still was like, okay, no problem. And I was gonna leave.
Well, then you just come back in an hour and that girl would feel like a fucking idiot.
Yeah, and that's basically what I thought. I was like, all right, well, when I come back in an hour,
you're gonna feel stupid.
You're gonna feel real dumb. Anyways. So, but Izzy was like, no, we're actually part of the recording. And she was like, oh, okay, sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
you should be. But not really. I mean, I do like to be like part of, I enjoy making, or hopefully making, a stranger's day better.
Mm-hmm.
I love to, you know what I love to do? I love to let people over in my lane when they need to come over. Unless the person's being like a huge asshole and is like has been weaving in and out of the lanes. Then I'm like, no, stay away from me.
Yeah.
But like, if you're late to work and you're trying to cut around a few cars, yeah, I'm going to let you into my lane. Like, it does not cost me anything.
You're hilarious because
I am going to. I would.
Here's the thing. So here's the thing. I believe that if everybody just drove 2 car lengths away from each other, we could reduce traffic by 50%. I wholeheartedly believe this. I believe that traffic is going to happen because this is a massive state with a ton of people in it, okay? Right. It's going to happen. Congestion's going to happen. You know what's going to help it? Not following the car in front of you this far away, okay? Being 3 inches away from the bumper in front of you, guess what? You're just creating more and more traffic because when that car slows down, you stop. You have to stop if that car slows down. Right. Whereas me, little old me, I'm 3 car lengths back and that car came to a full stop and I kept rolling forward until it started moving again.
Totally.
My lane didn't stop behind me. As long as they were a good distance away from me and they weren't riding my ass, we kept rolling forward that entire time because I left. And also, I'll leave 3 car lengths, 4 car lengths in front of me when it's really, really bad traffic. 3 cars will get in front of me. I don't stop. The lane behind me doesn't stop. We keep moving forward because I left room for people to safely get in front of me. And guess what? Those 3 people that got in front of me, you don't need to worry about them because there's 3 people down the line who just got out the lane. Okay?
Right.
Right. You're not saving any time by not letting people over.
Yeah, period. MacDizzle, the traffic master. Honestly, anyways, I need you to do a TED Talk on traffic because that was incredible. Honestly.
Thank you. Like, just give people more space. Like, I just wish I could I could have a sign up on my car when I'm on the freeway and be like, if we all gave each other more space, the traffic would not be as bad. I promise. I promise.
You could. We should put one on top of your car that rotates.
Just like a rotating.
You can't block any of your windows. Just stick something on top that just rotates.
But also, I do this other thing where if there's a lane that's merging and it's ending,
you go to the very end.
No.
Oh.
No, I drive extremely slow in the lane that's ending, and I prevent everyone from doing that thing where they congest the very, very end and everybody cuts everybody off at the very end.
I see.
No, yeah. I drive at the same speed at the cars next to us.
That's
and
funny.
People hate that. They fucking hate it. One guy, I was doing it the other day because I don't drive on the freeway that often. So I'm like, whatever, I'll cause some chaos here. So I was on the freeway like a couple days ago. Actually, it might have been yesterday going to my hair appointment. And I was in a lane that was ending and I could see like 4 or 5 cars ahead that people were starting to merge. So I just like was like, all right, I'm gonna stay these 4 or 5 cars back. These 4 or 5 cars will be able to, and we'll all merge. It'll be good. This car behind me is laying on its horn to get me to go that extra 200 feet forward, like laying on their horn. And obviously I don't. And they pull around me. They screech around me.
Like they go onto the shoulder.
They go onto the shoulder and then they get 3 cars ahead.
I'm just like, what is the fucking point? Like, I do not understand. Like, what do you really think it's going to make that big of a difference? I feel like it's just a mental thing for us as humans.
It is. I understand when you're late and things are stopped. That is a very horrendous feeling. And being behind somebody who's not going to the very, very end, that has to be terrible. But guess what? You're going to get there at the exact same time.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to get there at the exact same time.
Mm-hmm.
You could be 30 cars ahead of me and I could still get there at the same time.
Also, if I feel like people who are late, like regularly, that's one of those things where it's like, if this is something that's causing you stress on a regular basis, maybe it's time to change your habits. Maybe your habits are preventing you from getting where you need to be on time. More than likely.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G. You know what I mean?
Yes. So, yeah. That's definitely something I don't miss. There's still traffic here, but only if I'm like, there's traffic getting into where I live, like my town, my suburb, but only like from like 5 to 6.
And I feel like once that suburb is a little bit more developed, they'll find better roads and routes and everything to get in there, no? Or is it permanent?
Worse.
It's just going to be worse? They're not going to create more roads?
Well, I think, no, more roads, no. They might like widen the roads, but like more...
That's just not the way to do it. I remember in Irvine, because I lived in Irvine, which was super underdeveloped when I was living there. And now, like while I was living there, they were building like at least 3 different apartment complexes all at once, like consistently. There were always apartment complexes being built in different places.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they made entirely new roads. They changed the way the roads flowed. They shut roads down. And I think Irvine did that right, because there's very little traffic in Irvine.
Right. Well, unless you're on the 405 or the 5.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you're on the freeway, yeah. But as far as like just regular because the speed limits are like 50 miles per hour, the lights are all super spread apart.
Yeah,
it's a very spread out city with a lot of lanes because they have so much fucking money.
There's so much money in Irvine, for sure.
Oh my God. The taxpayers are carrying California on its back. That and Malibu.
Yeah. Jesus. Oh, that's funny.
I was talking to my dad yesterday about like home ownership and all of that. And he was like, I think you just need to be happy where you're at. Like, you just need to learn to like be grateful for the fact that if something happens in your house, you don't have to pay for it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Because I was like really upset. I was like, because I think it's really stupid and fucked up that, okay, here, actually, let me tell you a funny story. So my dad, my parents bought one of those adjustable rate mortgages that were part of the reason that the whole housing market crashed in like 2008. So my parents bought a house during that time when they were doing those things. I'll explain. So they didn't have jobs. They didn't have a permanent address. Mm-hmm.
What?
They didn't have jobs. They did not have jobs, and they bought a house in Irvine, California in 2008. They didn't have jobs. They didn't have a permanent residence. My dad tried to go to Blockbuster and rent a movie, and they would not rent him a movie because he did not have a permanent address. But the bank sold them a $400,000 house based off of his phone number. That's just showing you how fucking reckless the banks were being. They weren't employed. They did not have jobs. They didn't know what the fuck they were doing, and they got that adjustable mortgage rate, and something was happening. My dad wasn't really good at explaining it, but he ended up getting their rate down, and then just by luck ended up switching it to a non-adjustable, like right in the nick of time. And it was an accident. It wasn't something he did on purpose. It wasn't something that they planned for. They were just like, I guess this is a good decision. They were just like shooting in the dark. and it worked out for them because they got their rate lowered and they locked it in at that rate. So when everybody was losing everything, their rate went down.
They were wow. What
Yeah,
do you know what interest rate they have?
I think it's like 3 or something, 3 point something. I'm not sure, but
that's crazy.
But yeah, like they could have, like, my parents did not have a job when they bought their house that is now worth $1.5 million.
That is literally fucking insane. Just you talking about that reminded me of this thing that I saw on Instagram like a couple days ago that I wanted to talk about on the podcast. This guy goes into like buying a house in 1980, 1990, 2000, or 2023. And he goes over the median home price. He goes over the average interest rate. He goes over the average income. He goes over the average rental price, like monthly rent. So people who aren't homeowners. And then he goes into what percentage of your income that you would be spending on your
rent and all that.
Your shelter. And it's just insane. I mean, it says so. In 1980, the average home price was $48,000.
Nice. I have that in the bank right now. I could buy 2.
Right.
I could be a multi-home owner. Cashed out, paid off.
Yeah, it says that they were spending only 14% on their whatever their home or their rental.
That feels reasonable.
Yeah, I agree. We're spending on average 30% of our income right now. And I mean, there's a whole bunch of numbers on this, but the average home price right now is $436,000, and that's a median. Like that's
based off places in bumfuck Alabama.
That's combining like basically
everything.
Like right. It's just fucking. It's really.
If you don't know how to find the median of something, basically, it's the sum of all. So the sum of all the houses divided by the number of houses. That gets you. Yes. Wow, go math. That's one thing I did use for math is finding the median. The average of things. Right. I found the average of a couple things in my life.
Yeah, dude. I was thinking about because you remember how we were talking about what to do with that wall in my living room? I was thinking about if I put slats on it. I was thinking about how I'm going to have to figure out the slant of the one. There's one part of the wall that kind of comes down like this. And I was like, oh my God, I'm going to use A squared plus B squared equals C squared for that.
To be fair, construction people use math like that all the time.
Right. Completely. Not to mention freaking engineers.
And I guess, construction was and is still a huge job for people. So teaching the masses how to build things, not entirely stupid, but also I'm a dainty woman. Why aren't you teaching me dainty woman math?
Because thank God dainty woman math was outlawed decades ago.
I don't want to think. I don't want to have to read.
Honestly, so relatable.
Like, I'm glad that I have the right to, but I don't want to. I wish it was socially appropriate for me to be illiterate.
Why would you want to not be able to read? What the fuck are you talking about?
Just be saying things. Look at Floyd. Floyd does very well and he can't read.
He actually can't read?
That's what I've heard.
Oh my God. I am having to hold myself back from busting up right now thinking about 50 Cent saying when
Who wrote this for
when you can read a Harry Potter book. Oh my God. Dude, I saw this tweet that was like boy math. It was like something about betting. Like it was like boy math is like losing freaking $100 on. Oh God damn it. I guess I didn't like it or anything because I want to find it, but I can't. But yeah, boy math versus girl math is funny.
I don't get it. Is that like a new trend? Like different types of math?
Oh, it's just like
because I saw the shade room. I saw the shade room post something about like, oh, name something that's black math.
Oh, I saw that too. That was pretty funny. Yeah, I mean, girl math is like kind of like I read something that was like girl math is believing that money, time, and energy are all interchangeable currencies. So it was like if one of them said like, okay, if I was already planning on buying this $500 purse and then my man gave me $500, I bought the purse and went and spent the other $500 anyway.
Yeah.
Because girl math. Because I had already planned on spending it.
So I was already going to spend it.
Like that.
Now I just have an extra 5.
Which I literally, I mean,
LOL.
I think that
inaccurate because I'm keeping the 500.
Period. I'm not buying the purse at all. I'm like, now I have 1,000.
Now I have a G. I'm gonna get a better purse.
Okay, that's another example of girl math. Like, okay, I was gonna buy a $500 purse. My man gave me $500. Now I'm not buying the purse, and I have an extra $1,000. Like that's like, but I also saw a tweet that was like, I cannot fucking stand that we're back at this like stupid thing. Boy. Girl, it's a girl. Something that's girl blank is stupid and dumbed down and like.
What is girl dinner? Can you explain that to me? I never saw that phenomena.
Girl dinner is you eating chips and beans.
So it seems like. Okay, I get that chips and beans, but let's also not forget that I had an entire fucking lettuce wrap before that.
You did, right? You did.
However, it seems like it's glorifying eating disorders almost.
Well, no, not necessarily.
We don't eat dinner. We just have like little scraps. Just little scraps because I'm a girl.
So I do see what you mean. But I also think like there's like, I mean, chips and like a restaurant here posted like they filled up an entire fucking like a medium-sized cup of queso and we're like girl dinner. So it's like I do see what you mean though, because I've seen things that are like a Red Bull and a vape and it's like girl dinner.
No, like, and then they're like 3 grapes and a carrot, girl dinner. I'm like,
see, I don't.
What
feel
are
like I've
seen talking about?
I don't know if I've seen like that. Sounds like an eating disorder for you. But I feel like I
guess I don't know exactly what I'm seeing, but I'm seeing very small amounts of food as the trend, which I get. Sometimes I'll have a snack for dinner, but it's because I ate a lot of food earlier that day.
I haven't seen. I guess you're not wrong. There is some.
I might just be also like super sensitive and triggered because like I come from eating disorders. So
yeah,
I
think
these people are starving themselves.
Yeah, I think that probably has something to do with it because I feel like I've seen it's kind of like it'll be like random combinations of food as well, like a charcuterie board. Like that's like you know what I mean. Mm-hmm. Like a charcuterie board could be a whole fucking meal if you let it. If you
like, but I've also seen my man eat a popcorn and apple for dinner.
Yeah.
Girl dinner question mark?
Right. I mean, yeah, like and also girl dinner is not it is not specific to just girls. Anybody can have girl dinner.
Yeah.
So Rajul can have a girl dinner if he wants to, popcorn and apples.
You know what I mean?
That does not sound good, but
it sounds disgusting. Those are 2 dessert foods for him too. Those are like 2 sweet dessert foods because there's like popcorn? A kettle corn. It's like a kettle corn.
Kettle corn. Oh, okay, kettle corn and apple makes a little bit more sense.
Orville Redenbacher's kettle corn.
That makes a little bit. Would you pop that yourself? You buy it at the store, right? You can't pop kettle corn by yourself.
No, it comes in a bag and then you heat it up in the microwave. Yeah.
It just has like sweet in there instead of
it's like butter. It's like a sweet salty as opposed to it's not like caked in like caramel or anything like that. It's just like a sweet salty. And it's like super low calorie. It's a really, really good dessert like treat if you want something sweet and salty.
Good to know because I do love popcorn.
Rajul didn't eat like any sweets for over like a year, and that was his
he didn't eat them on purpose?
Yeah, he just was like I'm done with candy and sugar for a while.
Is he a big sweets eater?
He likes sweets. He's not like a huge sweets eater. Like he'll eat them every now and then. I think he just wanted to prove to himself that he could do it.
Yeah.
And he did, and he fucking did it.
Yeah.
Every time I wanted cake and he didn't, I had to suffer.
I'm kind of dying because
by myself.
That's like me. Like I think I'm gonna give up running for a year.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I run every like. I think so.
I'll give it up. That's
probably. You know, I'm just. I'm gonna give it up. Whoa, who was that, Chi-Chi boy?
That was Cheese screaming. You okay?
Oh, I love him so much. He's a little wiggle butt. I only saw it for a second, but.
Baby boy.
Aw, dogs are so awesome. I can't believe some of our ancestors lived without dogs.
I can't believe some people to this day don't.
Right. still, like
some people just don't like them.
I feel like I try not to judge people that don't have pets.
You try not to judge them?
I try not to.
Me too, because I know some people have like fear, and also some people are afraid of dogs. Sakina was afraid of dogs when I first met her.
One of my mom's best friends when I was growing up was afraid of dogs, and we had a Cheech-sized dog my whole childhood, and he was harmless, but she was terrified of him. Like, we had to put him away when she came over because she was literally so scared.
Some people have like a bad experience. Some people, it's just like, I swear they had a bad experience in their past life, you know?
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
When people of color have an innate fear of animals, like specifically Black people, I don't take it to heart. I take it with a grain of salt, knowing that the history of dogs, with the them, way
dogs were used,
not that lit, you know. So
yeah, that makes sense for sure.
I try to always take that with like a little bit of. I'm like, I get it. It. Anytime someone's like, I hate a white person, I'm like, I get it.
It's understandable.
No, it's so funny because like when I see people have prejudices against Caucasians, you know, same. And that in turn builds a prejudice against me because that person doesn't know me. I can't even be upset. Like, I literally can't even be upset because I so profoundly get it.
Yeah.
It's a defense mechanism. It's keeping yourself safe, truly, honestly.
Yeah.
And like for some people, while it might just be ignorance, for other people, it's staying alive, you know, because people who look like me have a history of fucking lying and white woman tears and all of those things.
Yeah. I actually saw so I don't know if you remember this. There was a video of a woman probably not too long after COVID started. Or maybe 2021. They're in a Victoria's Secret. It's a
oh my God, is this where she starts screaming?
Yes. So she's
like, she hit me. And the woman recorded the whole thing.
She's screaming bloody fucking murder. Yes. And I saw a post recently that was like, this woman is like has like severe autism. Like she is mentally, she has like some disabilities. And this person was, you know, the person that posted it was trying to be like, let's not fucking like just jump to conclusions. Oh, this person's a Karen, like whatever. But then somebody quoted it and was like, why do like white people get a pass because of their disability and Black people don't? And they posted about they were talking about the kid who was killed on the subway.
Guy that was killed on the subway who was having a mental fucking episode.
Jordan, I think his name was Jordan Neely, I want to say.
That Neely sounds familiar for sure.
Yeah.
But then there was like, the kid in Colorado too.
Yes. Oh.
Who was literally autistic. Like the exact same situation.
Oh God, that one fucking really got me. Oh my God, that was so sad. Right. So like that's what they were saying. They're like, okay, so this is just this is one person
generalized,
like, whatever. Sure. But like this person's like, oh, like let's not jump to like calling somebody a Karen if they have a disability. Like clearly she was in duress, like whatever.
But from what?
Right, exactly. Like
if you go into public and that puts you in duress, you shouldn't be going there.
Right. But also, I mean, like it's just that it's not that this woman deserves to be treated.
No,
it's these other people. It's that everyone deserves the patience and respect when they are dealing with something that's out of their control.
Yeah. Well, not only that, the woman's behavior, who apparently was autistic, is dangerous for Black women.
Right.
Because if somebody walks into that situation and doesn't know the context, I'm going to say...
I don't remember that part. She said she hit me. So she's like accusing
I think
this
so.
person
I don't really remember
violence.
What she said, but if you just walked into the situation, it would be very easy to feel like the Black woman is the aggressor just based on everything that you see in the media, what you've heard on the news, like blah, 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 like the image that is painted of Black women, because she wasn't scared. She was the one filming. Mm-hmm. She looked to the untrained eye or to the ignorant eye like she might have been the one causing the problem, when really I think somebody like cut. I don't really remember what happened, but it was like a non-issue, and the girl like pulled out her phone because she got scared. Like she was afraid that this woman was going to turn up on her and get her arrested. So she got it all on film. And that happens so fucking often. Like these women will literally just turn up and act fucking crazy. And then this woman who did nothing goes to jail because this girl had a fucking meltdown in Victoria's Secret. So I don't have no sympathy for that.
Okay,
I'm sorry.
the woman recording said she tried to hit me. So the woman tried to hit her. The woman experiencing the full mental breakdown.
So if you can't control,
so she was saying, yeah, she's threatening me, which they love to drop. They love to drop that one.
She's threatening me. I'm scared.
Yeah.
Like, shut the fuck up, bro. Shut the fuck up.
But yeah, it's like it's that like twofold thing where it's like I
absolutely think people with mental health issues should get some grace.
Yeah.
But on that same note, I don't think that Black people should be in danger because a white woman is having a fucking mental breakdown.
Right, because to cater to her or people like her, right?
You know.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take this rip.
I'm gonna take a rip with you. Hang on.
Oh.
Wait.
She's burning a little, but I stopped her. Cheers.
Fuck. I think she's talking to Rachel.
And I was.
So when you mute, like it could be you talking to Rachel, so you muted and you're like, but if I see you mute, and I'm sorry for those of you who are not watching and you're just listening, but I am going to do something. I'm going to demonstrate something. That's you yelling at your dogs.
Yeah, it's a very different facial.
Yeah. You can see the power behind the yell with the dogs.
Yo, I like use my whole chest. I'm like, shut up. Oh, we already filmed like for 10 minutes before this.
Yeah,
Do we have a listener question?
Okay, here's a fun one. I hope we didn't answer this already. Would you two be down for doing a Twitch live episode of 2G1B?
People have been asking me this forever. I don't know.
Right.
I don't know how to facilitate it.
We would have to be together.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I think that'd be really fun. Yeah, I don't think we could do it remotely.
Yeah,
for sure. Oh, but if we could, that would be fun too.
I would do that like once a month. I would do a live if we could do it remotely, if we could figure out a way to do that. So if there's any tech whizzes out there who know how to make that happen, that we can record the podcast and stream it on Twitch simultaneously from 2 different locations, let me know.
Please do, because that would be so fun. That sounds like really fun.
And I agree.
Sweet. Well, yeah, just a reminder, we answer a listener question at the end of every episode. Sweet. So drop your listener questions in the comments. Yay. Okay. Love you.
We love you.
MacDizzle.
We'll see you guys.
I love you, little listener, but I was actually talking to you, MacDizzle.
I love you.
Yeah. But yeah, we love you guys listening and watching a lot.
And we do. We will see you guys next time. Make good choices. Be good to yourself. Be good to each other.
Love you. See ya.